Hey, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for checking out this video. If you are new here, I appreciate you being here and checking this out. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. So this just came out recently, updated look at the WNBA Rookie of the Year award rankings by USA Today. And I thought we'd dig into this because there's one thing that I really kind of knew, but it really hit me in reading this article because they talk about the rankings and then they talk about the odds and the sports books and so forth. And something really stood out for me that I'd like to dig into. But I will say, it's funny, I'm going to give credit for USA Today because unless I misread this, they do rank Caitlin Clark number one now. Of course, they did have Angel Reese number one until this update. But also, first in reading this, I have to give a shout out to the writer for grabbing hold of that thesaurus. Although I guess nowadays you do it online because we've got lines like anyone who thought the vicious rivalry between former Iowa Hawkeye star Caitlin Clark and former LSU Tiger and women's college basketball national champion. Yeah, I had to put that in there. Angel Reese would ease up once they reached the WNBA has been sorely mistaken. Um, yeah, there's really no vicious rivalry in the Caitlin Clark side. I don't think she ever thinks about Angel Reese other than when she's asked about her. But the pair's feud has only escalated at the professional level. Yeah, okay. Like I said, if there's a feud, it's one sided. Of course, even if Clark and Reese were to start mending their beef as part of the same All Star team, the two would likely be at each other's throats soon after with how tight the race for the WNBA Rookie of the Year award has been. Okay, like I said, he got out the thesaurus, cranked out a lot of the descriptive sentences there. But there's no tight race for the WNBA Rookie of the Year award. That is nonsense. You have a side that a group of people, however you want to put it, that loathes everything about Caitlin Clark, and they've anointed Angel Reese as the anti-Caitlin because of what went on in college, and Reese was happy to continue that into the WNBA. But anyway, Clark was the heavy favorite early on, but as Reese has proven, and I emphasize that word for a reason, proven herself a double machine. Well, we know that's not really true. I think there are going to be some people, and I'd do it if I had the time. I mean, I've shown you some things here and there, but I think the streak is broken long ago. It's been broken multiple times. And then you also get into the whole collusion thing, which I've mentioned, of players just letting her get rebounds. But what's really interesting about this, and again, this is why it's so important to pay attention to what you're reading, what you're listening to. Clark was the heavy favorite early on, but as Reese has proven herself a double double machine, Clark no longer leads her team in points per game. That's all it says about that. Reese has proven herself a double double machine, and Clark no longer leads her team in points per game. And then Reese has overtaken the Rookie of the Year race in some people's eyes. Although not everyone agrees on who deserves the award, everyone knows that the race is far from over. The race is over. Reese has not overtaken the Rookie of the Year race in anyone's eyes who's being honest about it. And I'll go back to this again. This is all that the writer has to say about Caitlin Clark. No longer leads her team in points per game. She leads the entire WNBA in assists per game. I won't even get into how many records she's already broken. She's averaging almost 17 points per game. In fact, it's down here, and I'll show you because we get into the odds, and then we'll show the stats, so I don't have to go find it on another page. But this is what's fascinating. 2024 WNBA Rookie of the Year odds. Indiana's Caitlin Clark is the favorite to win the 2024 WNBA Rookie of the Year according to the BetMGM basketball odds. Now, it's also the favorite according to ESPN's odds, according to FanDuel's odds, I believe according to DraftKings odds. If anyone can find a legit book company, a legit company like BetMGM, um, who else has them? DraftKings, obviously, FanDuel's, ESPN, FanDuel, ESPN has one. There's a big name that I just is completely escaping me now that goes. It's also associated with a casino. But anyway, if you can find one single one that does not give Caitlin Clark the best odds, does not have her as the favorite for Rookie of the Year, please let me know in the comments below because I could not find one. Which goes to my point that I'm really trying to make, which also is why I point out things like all that he has to say about Clark after calling Reese a proven double-double machine as Clark no longer leads her team in points per game. See how that's being shaded? And yet, all the bookmaking odds have Clark as the favorite. The media does not. Those involved with the WNBA, like Dawn Staley, do not. But the odds say, by far, Caitlin Clark is the odds-on favorite for Rookie of the Year. Odds of Monday evening for this one, right? It's not even close. It's really not even close. By the way, to for those who talk always think it's about Angel Reese, I can't help that because they always put Angel in the conversation. This player right here, I'm starting to become a fan of her. Rickea Jackson, I like the way she plays the game. She's fun to watch. And I got to tell you, it's too late at this point, but well, they'd probably still be talking about Angel Reese for other reasons and promoting her, but legitimately, this player right here, Rickea Jackson, if her coach had been playing her from day one instead of not starting her, I think they're like the first 5 games and limiting her minutes. She's still at a point where she's playing a little more than that now, but she still only averages like 25 minutes a game. If she had been playing early on the way Reese was playing, in terms of I'm talking about minutes, in terms of Clark as well, Cameron Brink as well, if she had been doing that, she would be the only player I can see in here as the actual competitor for Caitlin Clark. I think Caitlin Clark would still be the odds-on favorite, but Rickea Jackson, just to give you an example, if I have this up, right, she's up to over 11 points a game, almost 4 rebounds a game. She's shooting almost 46% from the field. Her EFG is 50%, and she is a shooting guard. Oh, no, I'm sorry, she's playing forward. I always think of her as a shooting guard, but she is playing forward. But as you see in the last 5 games, now we've got this one aberration in here against Minnesota where she only played 24 minutes and had 6 points, only 1 rebound, only took 8 shots. I don't know what was going on there. I didn't see that game or anything about it, so I don't know if there was foul trouble or it's just one of those nights. But if you look at the other 4 games, right, where she played more minutes, 30, 41, 37, 29, 12 points, 14 points, 22 points, 23 points. She had stat lines of, I'll go with points, assists, rebounds, 12, 4, and 5, 14, 3, and 6, 22, 3, and 6, 23, 2, and 7. She's having a really nice rookie year. And like I said, she's only playing 25 minutes a game. She's only taking 9 shots a game. She's shooting well, she's rebounding well. She's having quietly, because of the noise created by the Clark Reese stuff, she's quietly having a very good rookie season. And of course, if she hadn't started out hurt and then Chicago hadn't been so focused on Angel Reese's double doubles instead of winning games, Camilla would be in the conversation as well. So again, I want you to look at this and remember, this is Caitlin Clark. In case it gets scrolled off, let me see if I can get them all in there. Yeah, that all this writer had to say about her was she's no longer leading her team in points per game. She's averaging 16.8. That assist number, 7.8, that leads the entire WNBA. It's not a rookie thing. She's leading as a rookie point guard. She is leading the entire WNBA in assists per game. She's grabbing 5.8 points per game, rebounds per game, sorry, as a rookie point guard. 1.5 steals, almost a block, which obliterates what Angel Reese is doing as a post player. See, and even here, though, look at this. Other notable statistics. Clark is top 15 in the league in scoring, assists, rebounds, steals, and blocks. Forget the fact that that is phenomenal and much better than a proven double-double machine. Top 15 in the league in scoring assists. She leads the league in assists. She's number one in assists. I think that is a notable statistic. But and of course in here, other notable statistic is just the longest double-double record stuff. But anyway, I know we're doing a lot of these, but it's just so much out there about this, and I just feel like it's got to be called out because a lot of people are going to get their info from places like this, and then stuff like, "Oh, Clark isn't leading the team in points anymore. Reese is a proven double-double machine." That's what they're getting everywhere. But yet again, the odds makers, and I'm not saying they're always right, but in order to stay in business, they have to be right pretty often at all of these things. But I'm going to leave it there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below about this. And I just think it's interesting that, oh, one thing I wanted to add, I'm sorry, is I didn't get into it in the last one, but when ESPN did their updated rankings, the same guy that in his first attempt had Caitlin Clark as sixth in the ranking. And in his next one, which is the most recent, he still had Angel Reese at number one. At the same exact time, ESPN's own betting side in the odds had Caitlin Clark by far the favorite for Rookie of the Year. So that's also what I find fascinating. And again, not that they all have to agree with the odds. You don't just go to the odds and say, okay, that's the list. But it just is interesting that the media is all pushing Angel Reese, yet all the odds makers are saying Caitlin Clark is a heavy favorite. I think that's fascinating. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Hey, if you can find a legit odds maker that has someone else as the favorite for Rookie of the Year in the WNBA, drop that in the comments below. Thanks so much for checking out this video. Really do appreciate it. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. It's what tells YouTube to push the video out there so that it can be seen. I really do appreciate it, and I will talk to you later.